Hi guys, welcome back to Vintology by Lola. I thought I would just do a really quick share, and today it is going to be a quick share. I wanted to just show you, this was so fun. I went over to my Porch Prints and I ordered the cute guest check. Oh, I don't even know, downloadable whatever printables, and I made this cute little book, and it was so quick and it was so fun, and I just love it. I just love it. It was so fast and so fun, and I had to share it. So here it is, finished, super simple, okay? It was super simple, and I can't remember. I know that's a shock that I can't remember. So bear with me. The old lady can't remember. But somebody had showed this really cool trick. So I'll open it up. I just used some seam binding. And I didn't glue it on or anything. But someone had showed this really cool trick about how when you put your pieces together, and I know for those of you who, I did traditional scrapbooking, as I told you guys before, but I had never seen that when you're putting layers together, you could sew a piece of muslin in between, just, I mean, like an eighth or a 16th of an inch, and that works as your binding. Well, did that work slick? So I sewed down the sides of each side, and then I put the muslin in between because I did both sides. Oh, love it, because it just worked perfect for the tags, and it makes it so that the book is so flexible. So here, let's go through the book. And I just wanted to share that trick with you because if you didn't know about it, I didn't know about it. I just saw it and thought that it was fabulous. So, okay, so here's the first page. I had distressed everything with Timmy and Vintage Photo, and then I took all of the cut aparts. I used everything that was given in the downloadable kit, and I don't even know, that's why I say I hesitate to say if it's a kit, because it was just a printable and it was so reasonable. And I'm lucky my computer is just a regular Canon and it just prints, but her stuff prints beautifully. I am such an advocate for my Porch prints. And by cutting it out, and I don't use a Cricut, I just hand cut my stuff out, and then using Tim Holtz vintage, any of his vintage stuff. Well, I shouldn't say any of his vintage stuff, but anyway, frayed burlap, his tea dyed, any of his ink oxides work fabulous. But anyway, I ended up cutting them all out, and then I used all of her ephemera with it. So here's the first one, and so I just put on the little pocket, and the pocket does come with it. This little 26 came with it. I put some of my buttons, and I put a little bead. This little cute beauty came with it, and then I just backed it on some textured cardstock. So that's the first page. Then the second page, I kind of went to town. I just kind of felt like I wanted one page that was just wow, and it kind of became wow. So I took some pink eyelet lace, put that on the bottom. I took some clear, just kind of very pretty, oh, I can't think of the name of it, but just some really pretty ribbon. And I can't think of the name of it right now. And so you pull that apart, and another piece of ephemera, and I put pink cheesecloth, and then I work at a big garage sale every summer, which I'm praying happens this summer. And one of the gals does, she goes in and does, well, she does estate sales during the rest of the year. So she always has a little baggie of stuff for me, and she had all these tiny little roses for me this year. Well, this past summer, and so I went through that and found these perfect tiny little roses, and I never know what I'm going to use them for, but pulled those out perfect to go with this. And then I put a flip in it, so you flip it down, and this was a cut apart from another one for my Porch Prints. It just happened to go really well, and I had taken a bag and I had cut that out and just backed it behind it because I didn't like just the brown. Then I had taken another piece of lace that has elastic in it and put that in. And I had taken another one of the cut aparts for coffee, and then I had stamped just a tag, and I put some rickrack in it. And so I put that in there. And I just thought this was perfect for the middle of the book to say, wow, what is this? Because it is it's just such a precious, tiny little thing. Okay, so like that. This is the third page, and this was another little piece for the little pocket, and these were more of the ephemera, and I just distressed them, like I said, with tea stain, didn't do anything to the back, and then I stapled 2 of the little tickets on there, and then I put some, it looks like it's on this side, but it's not, some lace. I put some, and then I didn't finish my statement, sorry. Then this page was actually, this was the first page I did. I had done a tag that folds out, and on the tag I had just taken some lace that had flowers on it, and I cut the flower out because I liked the flower. Then I had taken a garment pin, a button, some lace, and a metal tag, and I had cut out the word love because I had bought another set that she had words of, and I put her word love there, and then I just took some tulle, some vintage tulle, and put that up at the top, and when you flip it over, it has another one of her cut-aparts, and I did it as a tuck, and then it had a tiny little envelope, and I took another one of her words that say joy, and it actually has a little postcard in it. Put that in there. I stamped the back of that with one of Tim Holtz stamps, and then on the last one, I had taken just one of her large tags, and I had sewn that on and used one of the graphics and used that as the actual tag itself instead of as a tag inside of an envelope, and sewed that on and cut down one of the pockets and put that in, and then I used 2 of the tags and I used some seam binding. Now you can flip it over. Oops, I lost some of the stuff when I flipped it over. Oops, hang on. There, you flip it over, and then here is the other side of one of her larger tags, well, it's ephemera that I turned into a tag, okay, and I put 2 tags again. What I had done is I had printed it out twice, and I did that, and I backed them, and so with just ecru paper, and this time I used the same satiny ribbon that I used to tie the other one, the main frame, it's early guys, the main pocket. I used the same stuff that I had left of the ribbon and tied the top of these tags on. I put some more buttons, I stamped vintage on there. Over here, this is more of her ephemera that I just glued on. I doubled it and glued it on. I stamped a glassine bag and glued one of her ephemera on it, and then this is actually what this piece looked like that I used as the tag over there, and then I just stuck that in the bag so you could actually use that as the ephemera, and I put that in there. And then over here I did a belly band, and here's more of the ephemera, and then I just took a gold paper clip and I glued a little flower onto it. And here's this is the extra ephemera that I had. And I just clipped it all together. And I just used some white lace going down. And then at the bottom I used a piece of the ephemera. I took one of those satin bows from my friend from the auction and put that on there. And then I used some vintagey brown ribbon to kind of give it a little bit of foof. So on both sides, both of them have a focal point. So this is the focal point on this side, and then the other side was the flip down. So I had one for both sides. This is just a sweet little pocket that I put a big piece of ephemera and just put some more tickets. I put a tiny doily and a button, and then it looks cute because it's got the pink piece of doily, piece of lace down here, eyelet. Here I just put a corner protector on, put in some ephemera, stuck it in there, and I did another one of her little envelopes, put the word garden on it since it's all flowers, and then the little postcard actually comes out. And so then you just close it back up. And it's funny because you have to always think, okay, which way does this go? And I always do, because it takes me a second to figure out which is which. And I always just have to go like that and then tie it. So this is a super quick, I mean, I did this, it took me one day to kind of sew it together, put it aside, decide what I was going to do, and then it took me another day to just put it all together. And I literally just put all the stuff down on the table and just started putting it together, you guys. So if you want a really quick project, head over to My Porch Prints and print this out and make a quick, cute little something you can keep in your stash as a birthday present or a Mother's Day present, someone who gardens or loves roses. I just think this is terrific. So thanks for stopping by. And if you're a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing. And if you've stuck with me, thanks. I'm trying to reach 1,000, you guys. And when I do, we're going to have a big giveaway. Yoo-hoo-hoo. So stick around. Okay, hope you're all well. Hope you're staying in the house like the rest of us and making good use of this time by crafting. So until later, guys, peace out.